Evening peeps, evening burnt fry, how you all doing? As you can see on screen, I'm bringing you the GR3 team versus team event. So we are live from Catalunya tonight. It is round 11. Two race format for you guys again, so a 15-minute quali. And then let's just pull that up because I've lost it. And then we are into the first race of 13 laps. Second race of 20 laps. A slightly different setup for race 2. Top 3 have to add on success ballast from race 1. So let's get ourselves on stream. Let's go and have a look at what people are putting in then. Let's turn the usual stuff on for you lot. So you'll have to let me know what it sounds like, whether my sound's coming through all right, whether I'm talking loud enough, whether the cars are blaring. Why won't it? Stop it, stop it. Right, so no hot laps yet. TNR Philo first man out on track. So just while they're starting on their first hot laps, let's throw up the current standings. So Potter McPot leading this one by a fair old chunk. He's got 371 points in first. TNR Philo in second, 327 points. PAF 46, 287 points in third. GT Delhi B, 221 points. RTVR, I think he's out of this championship now, unfortunate really, 208 points for him. Chrissy Raz, she's done alright this season, 177. Sitting in 6th. Bob Bristow, he's done 172 in 7th place. MRC Dangley Ball, 8th place on 168. 9th place Scott Barlow or Diablo, 137, and then Louis in 10th. 132. So I'll just go to the guys at the bottom. I've got Burnt Fry, he's only done a couple of rounds, so he's only on 84 points. Zumzim's again out of this championship on 71 points. MRC Buddy 53 points, and Chewy D's PlayStation's blown up, so he's out of this one. We'll just chuck the Pro-Am standings up. There are 2 lobbies running tonight. The other lobby is running live on Adey Gee's channel. So Jambu holding top spot, Purzel in second, Joe Winner in third, Cutler in fourth, Big Les Kun or Temp 954459 or whatever his number is at the minute. He's sitting in fifth, Danzo in sixth, Sean F in seventh, E30 in eighth, Graham Reed in ninth, and Pilgrim Paddy in 10th. That's all that's in their lobbies. So let's get ourselves back on track then, start and see what sort of times people are putting in then. So TNR Philo's put a 144.3 in. Potter's beat him. He's put a 143.9 in for Potter. MRC Bobby's put in a 144.0. So almost 5 minutes into this quali, TNR Philo, we've just seen a 144.3. GT Adey Gee 144.5. Burn Fry 144.7. Diablo 45.0. Chrissy Gr3 on a 147.2. Pav 46 a 158.2. MRC Dangly Ball just joined then. So Potter McPot holding the pole position currently. BMW Z4 driver rocking the Tour livery. So a quick shout to the sponsors, TOR or Team Oliver Racing or Tour, depending on how you want to say it. They are the Mentalist Team Oliver Racing truck driving or truck racing team. Go check them out. We'll put links in the description below. Big shout out to Excite Energy Drinks, Corbo, Thrustmaster, GT Amiga and Joyce Designs as well. You can see Potter's rocking most of those little decals all over his car, somewhere or another. Big shout out to Potter actually and Chris Cutler, or NGR Cutler, for setting this league up. It doesn't come without its troubles, I'll tell you that. We'll be rocking some great big dark smoker stickers. Just there. So no position changes yet. Diablo, MRC Dangly Ball still yet to put a hot lap in. Chrissy Gr3 147.2. So Dangly Ball must have been in and put a lap in at some point, because he is currently sitting above Chrissy Gr3. So who've we got coming near the line? Let's see what Dangly Ball's got then. 157 on that outlap. Let's go and find who's about next on track. It's going to be Philo and Bobby. Philo puts in a 144.4. Bobby's come in the pits. Pot's got a couple of corners to go. Let's see what he's got on this hot lap. Oh, bit of a corner cut there. Also in the pits, Pav on that lap 2 then with a 144.4. GT Adey Gee now in 5th. Let's push Burnt Fry down a spot as well. 6th place for Burnt Fry, 144.7. Diablo now 7th. 45. MRC Dangly Ball in a 157. Gr3 just changing that rubber out as well. No pressure, Chrissy. We're not on board with you, watching you. We're not watching your every moment. Oh, trying to waste that fuel, are you? Okay. All right. So if you're wondering what Chrissy Gr3 is doing, she's actually just trying to burn off the fuel in her car, make it lighter before she goes for a hot lap. So not long left, just over halfway through this quali. Oh, who's that? Is that Diablo going all over the place in the background? Yes, it is. So Potter still holding that P1 position. Bobby into second. Pav's pushed himself into third. 144.1 for Pav then. See what Philo's got. If you're a regular viewer, you'll know what Philo's like. He likes to wait till right to the end, put in an absolute flyer. Currently sitting in 4th for Philo. GT Adey Gee now in 5th. Gr3 6th, putting in little purple sectors. Let's just stick with Gr3 for this lap, see what he's got. Just coming up to another timing line. It's not a purple sector this time. It's his fastest lap currently though. Let's have a look through my pile of crap and see if I've got a paper, a track map here. Let's keep an eye on what Gr3 puts in. It's 1:44.3, so he pushes himself up into 4th. Philo's now back in the pits, probably looking for fresh rubber before his attempt. Come on, have I not got a Catalunya track map? Oh my god, that's disgraceful. I'm sure I've had one. I'm sure I've had one. Not happy, must rummage. Rummage. No, damn it. I must be able to pull up a track map online. Let's just have a look. So Chrissy Raz then, what's Chrissy Raz put in? No pressure Chrissy Raz, only a 43.6. It's a quarter of a second faster than Potter. Let's see if I can remember these turns here. Kind of. I have got this somewhere, I have got it. So what we got left, 12 minutes 40 on the clock, 2 minutes pretty much remaining. So Chrissy Raz then still holding that quarter of a second over Potter. GT Adey Gee up into 3rd now, 1:43.9. Bobby just coming out of the pits, giving it one last chance. Pav in 5th, then 1:44.1. Gr3 6 on that 44.3. Let's see what TNR Philo's got. This will be the now or never moment for Philo. Like I say, this is usually where he, there you go, look, purple sector, sector 1. A little bit of a twitch through there, that shouldn't lose him too much time. It's down towards Worth then. Let's see, he's coming up to the next timing line, see if TNR Philo puts in another purple sector. Does. So looking good at the minute. He's got a couple more turns to go. He's got one car in front of him, but I think far enough in front it shouldn't affect him. So 45 seconds left on the clock. got then through that last turn. There you go, look. 0.8 of a second quicker. Up into P1 for TNR Philo then. Chrissy Rad's still out on track. Potter McPot sideways and in the gravel, so that's his attempt gone. Looking like he's third place or lower then, depending on what everyone else puts in. Chrissy Raz then, couple more corners to go for Chrissy. I'll slow down. That's Chrissy looks quite happy with that. So Potter in third, then GT Deliby in fourth. Pav, let's just see what he's got. Can he put a sneaky one in at the end? Does, chucks himself into third, pushes Potter down into fourth. Pot practicing his starts. GT Deliby fifth, then MRC Bobby sixth, Diablo seventh, Burnt Fry in eighth, Dangly Ball in ninth. So TNR Philo doing his usual trick of sticking in a flyer at the end. He's just practicing his starts as well by the look of it. Here we go then, into race one. Did I say 13 laps? I think I did. It's a good job Pav's pulled over, he's got all sorts of damage. So that's your grid order then. TNR Philo leads, Chrissy Raz in second, Pav in third, Potter in fourth, Deliby in fifth, Bobby sixth, Diablo seventh, Burnt Fry in eighth, and Dangly Balls in ninth. So let's hope they can all keep it clean into turn one. Damage is on heavy, so any contact it will mean a trip to the pits for them. So the lights are on. For them to drop, and they're off. It's a great start by GT Deliby and Potter McPot getting flyers off the line. GT Deliby's got nowhere to go though, he's stuck in that traffic. Potter McPot looking for all sorts of lines past TNR Philo. So Pav leads us into turn one then. Let's see if everyone gets through cleanly. Dangling Balls looks like he's had a little bit of contact. Just a little bit wide, so Pav still leads then. We've got almost three wide into Repsol, into Renault. So GT Deliby into second, Potter McPot and Philo running side by side through this turn. Potter just having to back out of that one. Philo up into third though. Potter McPot fourth, Diablo into fifth, Bobby in sixth. Chrissy Raz not having the greatest of starts, seventh place for her. Eighth place for Dangly Balls, and now Burnt Fry's at the back. So it looks like Burnt Fry's had some off-track action to be that far back. So Pav still leads, big train of drivers behind. Deliby in second, under pressure from TNR Philo. Potter McPot now just over half a second back. He's got Diablo looking to make a move down the inside though. No, not doing it through there. Chrissy Raz looking to make a move down the inside of Bob, but she's backed out of that one as well. So meeting in between the two BMW drivers. They do seem to get to a few battles. Chrissy Raz and MRC Bob. So Burnt right now 2.8 seconds back. Not too far. So it's quite a short race this first one. So Pav leads. He's got on board with Pav looking back. TNR Philo's managed to get past Deliby then, closing in on Pav 46 as they head down towards this first turn. Nowhere to go here for TNR Philo. Got GT Deliby in third, Potter in fourth, Diablo in fifth, and MRC Bobby in sixth. TNR Philo all over the rear end of Pav 46 now. Gearbox wide of the Audi sounding lovely. It's hard on the brakes, it's running a little bit wide. TNR Philo's not quite got enough room to run down the inside there though. Pav going defensive into this next turn. Philo will have a better run out, it is quite a tight corner. And again, nowhere to overtake down here. still leads then. Philo's second, GT Delhi Bee in third. Potomac Pot slowly closing in on him though. Just make sure I didn't miss that. Looks like Philo was making a move. He's a little bit too far back though. So Potter in fourth, Diablo in fifth, Bobby in sixth, Chrissy Raz seventh. Dangly Ball now a little bit far back, 1.6 seconds. Burnt Fry slowly closing in on Dangly Balls in front. This is where the action is, right at the front. Pav and Philo. So I'm going to make a prediction for race 2 that TNR Philo's tyres, when he comes in the pits for a change of tyres, make his car looser than when his car comes in on old worn out tyres. That's what I'm saying. TNR Philo then side by side with Pav as they head into turn 1. Plenty of respect and room given, but Pav's now got the inside line into the second turn. Switches across track to try and block off Philo. He's run himself a bit wide though. Philo's now got the inside line. We'll take that first position. Thank you very much for Pav. Then goes mega defensive into, oh no he doesn't, not sorry, wrong corner. So TNR Philo taking the lead then. Half a second he's got over Pav already. So GT Delhi Bee in third. Half a second back from Pav. Potomac Pot 0.3 of a second back from GT Delhi. 1.3 back to Diablo in 5th place. Chrissy Raz now 6th. Dangly Ball 7th. Burnt Fry in 8th. What's happened to MRC Bobby? He's had an incident. He's holding all sorts of damage. He's got transmission and front end damage, so it might mean a trip to the pits for Bob. So Philo leading. Oh, he's drifting that BMW though. He was lucky Pav didn't really have anywhere to attack him there. Slowly stretching out a lead, these pair. So GT Delhi Bee coming under all sorts of pressure from Potomac Pot now, pushing each other around. Potomac Pot should be able to get this position done down here. So he chucks himself over to the right hand side of the track. Does he get a nose in front of GT Delhi Bee? He doesn't. He's had to back out of that one. GT Delhi Bee keeping that 3rd place, then Potomac Pot still in 4th. Diablo still in 5th. Chrissy Raz up into 6th then. Not that far back, only 1.6 seconds. No damage on her car yet, which is unusual for Chrissy Raz. She's had a few unfortunate incidents at the starts of a few of these races. She's qualified really well as well, sat at the front of the pack, and then just first turn been punted off track. Almost had races ruined. Come back though, fights back well, does Chrissy Raz. So Philo still not managed to make a massive break yet. Pav keeping him in check, just 0.8 of a second, has just extended from 0.5. So Pav not letting him get too far away. It's just extended to a second now though. GT Delhi Bee still holding that 3rd position. Potter's not able to get past him yet. And now they have broken away from Diablo. He's now 2 seconds back. Chrissy Raz closing in on him, 1.2 seconds back. Burnt Fry 7th. He's now coming under pressure from Dangly Balls behind. MRC Bobby, he's had to go in the pits to get that damage repaired. Now he's nearly 28 seconds back is Bob. If he finishes in this place, he will get the pole position in race 2. So Philo still leads. Pav definitely not let him get away. Half a second between these two. Out on the racing softs. GT Delhi Bee now 1.2 seconds back. Potomac Pot 3/4 of a second back. Again extending over Diablo. Raz still not quite able to close that gap in. Still at 1.2 seconds. Price 7th, losing a bit of time to Chrissy, 3.1 seconds back. Has managed to make a bit of a break from Dangly Balls. Not sure whether Dangly Balls had a bit of sideways action in his Audi. It's allowed Bobby to close in a second or so. So Philo, almost a second. We are only on lap 5 of 13. He's keeping that gap at a second. Pav's got to try and close that in. Otherwise he might be able to make a break down this start-finish straight unless Pav can get in his slipstream. So 2.5 seconds between the top 4 drivers, nothing in it really, about 3/4 of a second between each. So Pav dragging that gap down again to Philo. But it does look like Philo's just able to grab a 10th per lap here and there. So Adey Gee still 3rd, managed to fend off Potter. He's got a bit of breathing room behind as well, almost a second back to Potter at the moment. Still extended over Diablo in 5th. Chrissy Raz has closed that gap right up now. He's down to 0.3 of a second. So in a good position to make a move on Diablo. Looks like she tried a little bit of a fake. Diablo's gone a bit wide. Chrissy Raz has gone down the inside. That's a good move from Chrissy Raz. So it did look like she tried to make a bit of a dummy on Diablo. Might have just put him off a little bit to put him offline. And when it did go offline, Chrissy Raz just took advantage, slips herself down the inside and takes that 5th position. Runs a little bit wide through there though. Now she's got 4.6 seconds to try and make on Potter McPot in front. Oh, Diablo's pressed the gas too much, too quick. He's got it all wrong. So he's lost another position to Burnfry now. So yeah, he just got a bit leery on the old throttle coming out of that turn. Back end stepped out on him. So down in 7th now then for Diablo. Dangly Ball's in 8th, almost 10 seconds back then for MRC Dangly Ball. He has been in the pits for a fresh set of tyres. So that gives Bobby a bit of a chance, 16.5 seconds back then. Just coming around to start lap 7 for Bob. Oh. So Philo extended 1.4. Still no changes in the top 4. Pav in 2nd, GT Adey Gee still in 3rd, Potter McPot still in 4th, still not managed to get past Adey Gee. Burnfry's got past Chrissy Raz. Chrissy Raz has been in for pits for tyres, so it comes out on a fresh set of racing softs for Chrissy Raz. 8.5 back now from Burnfry. Burnfry on the racing, Warn Racing softs. So none of the top drivers been in the pits. Whether they will or not, I don't know. So it looks like Pav's coming under some pressure from GT Adey Gee, and like I say, Potter McPot's not that far back either. So Pav's got it a little bit wrong through there as well. That's allowed Adey Gee right onto his rear bumper and Potter McPot as well. This just has allowed TNR Philo to escape 2.2 seconds he's got now. Pav's going to be very lucky to keep this place down the start-finish straight. With Adey Gee and Potter McPot as close as they are. Ah, okay, they've all come in the pits, so I didn't see that. So they're all trying to cover each other off. I don't think anybody will be taking on board fuel if they don't need it. So back out as you were, TNR Philo leading, Pav in 2nd, Adey Gee in 3rd, and Potter McPot in 4th. Mercedes just seems to grip round that turn. Potter McPot's BMW sliding a little bit. Nowhere to go through there for Potter McPot either. Oh, he's done it now. Down the inside, whether GT Delhi B, no, he's not there. He's on Potter McPot's rear end though. So Potter McPot up into third position. He's got to chase down Pav and Philo in front. He's got a second gap to Pav. Now 3 seconds to TNR Philo. So Delhi B down in fourth then. Still got 7 seconds over Chrissy Raz. She's now back up into fifth. Diablo also pits, 6th place for him. Burnt Fry 7th. Dangly Ball 8th. So mid-pack coming together. MRC Bobby, so he's made another second up, but still 15 seconds back. Not looking good for many points for Bob tonight. Well, not in this race anyway. So Philo just extended a little bit more. 2.3. These guys are well out of the slipstream now. Potter McPot's lost a bit of time to Pav as well. 1.3 seconds now, that was a second. Delhi B still within striking distance of Potter as well. Top four have had a good race so far. The purple sector there for GT Delhi. So 7.4 Chrissy Raz has got to GT Delhi B. 3 seconds behind to Diablo, coming under pressure from Burnt Fry though. So all drivers been in the pits for fresh tyres. So this looks like it could get a bit fruity any second. Diablo's run it into the sand. I'm not sure if there was a little bit of contact between Burnt Fry and Diablo. Looks like Diablo was saying no, there wasn't. That's his usual trick. If he didn't think it was your fault, he'll give you a nudge to tell you to get on with it. So Diablo 7th, Burnt Fry 8th. There you go. See, they're not sure who to give the place to either on. Bobby in 9th then. This is going to allow him to catch up if these two start fanning about. I'm not too sure who's giving who which place. So Philo then puts in a new fastest lap of the race, 1:43.0. 3.1 second gap over Pav now. Potter McPot slowly closing that gap in. GT Delhi B's not that far back, he's closing that gap as well. Just extending a little bit more from Chrissy Raz. So Diablo coming to pits then. Holding on to rear end damage. Change camera, damn it. Change camera, damn it. Jesus. I'm deaf. So Diablo now, oh, I thought Diablo was at the back of the pack, but Bobby's now in the back of the pack still. So TNR Philo leading, extending even more, 3.5 seconds now over Pav in second. Potter McPot still not managed to close that gap, neither has GT Delhi B. Chrissy Raz claimed 0.3 of a second back. Not a breathing room back now to Dangly Balls, 8.3 back to Dangly. Wide through there though, Dangly. Burnt Fry in 7th. Diablo now 9 seconds back in 8th. But MRC Bobby's less than a second back, although he is on the worn out softs. He did come in early due to damage. So whether Bob pits again, but Diablo will be on the fresher tyre and should be able to pull away. So Philo squeaking out another 0.2 of a second on that lap. Gap between Potter McPot and Pav is the same, 1.2. GT Adey Gee's just lost that a little bit through there though. 0.2 of a second. He's closing back in. Still 8 seconds back to Chrissy Raz. Now 12 seconds back to Burnt Fry. So looking like a comfortable 5th place for Chrissy. As I say, 6th place for Burnt Fry. He's also got 6 seconds back to Dangly Balls. Then we've got Diablo only 2.7 back, and MRC Bobby, he's now 2.1 seconds back. He will just be losing time to the drivers in front due to that tyre wear. So Philo's got it up to 4.1 now. Pab still kept that gap from Potter, 1.2. Again, Adey Gee's not been able to close that one in either. Next week, that's going to be a 1 hour enduro, so make sure you come back and check that out. We have got one more race for you guys tonight as well anyway. It's going to be a reverse grid race of this very race here. So Potter McPot, even the slipstream not really benefiting him down there. Still at 1.1, gaining a bit more time over Adey Gee though, up to 1.7 now. Raz losing a couple more tenths. Again, still plenty of space behind her, 12 seconds back to Burnt Fry. You can see the other drivers in the background, Dangly Ball, Diablo and Bobby. Philo's got 4.5 second lead then over second place Pav. Ultimate Pot has closed that gap down a little bit. So it looks like Pav's had a little bit of a mistake. Can Potter close that in enough to gain down the start finish straight? We are on to lap 12 or 13, so it's this lap now or never, or when they cross the finish line anyway. Got it down to less than a second. So, Potter and Pot, good exit out of the last turn, 0.6, 0.5 of a second already. He's going to tuck into Pav's slipstream. He's left it a little bit late there. So the gap coming down, I just don't think it's going to be close enough before the end of this start-finish straight. It's not going to be. So it's going to be a lunge somewhere, I would have thought, from Potter McPot, unless Pav makes a mistake. So TNR Philo then leading this one, 5.2 seconds he's got over Pav in second place. Potter McPot right there with him though, 0.6 of a second back. GT Adey Gee's now 3.3 seconds back, so kind of out the podium positions at the minute for Adey. Chrissy Raz in 5th, 17 seconds. Looks like Chrissy Raz has had some off-track action. Lost all that time to Burnt Fry behind. We are on the final lap, so she's got this one to do. 2.5 seconds gap back to Burnt Fry to try and fend off. Dangly Ball 6.2 seconds back from Burnt Fry. Diablo 3 seconds back himself. And MRC Bobby then 6.1 seconds back, so that damage costing him effectively the race. So TNR Philo, a couple more corners to go. Just kept it nice and clean. Get some serious glitching going on there. So coming over to take the win then for TNR Philo. It's a good race. Pav taking second. Potter McPot looking for a slingshot around the outside. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it done. synchronised handbraking across the line from Pav and Potter McPot. That was great. GT Delhi B comes home in 4th place. Handbrake into the wall for GT Delhi. Chrissy Raz looks like she's held on to that 5th. So 5th place for Chrissy. Handbrake across the line. Handbrake across the line for Burnt Fry. That's good to see. Diablo going to come home in 7th then. So I'm not sure if he's got past Dangly Ball. Oh, he's holding all sorts of damage though. 7th place for Diablo, 8th place for Dangly Ball. And MRC Bobby then just rounding the last turn. He's going to get it sideways before he's even crossed the line. Oh, we're going to have to wait 25 minutes now for Bob to get his car straight. And now it's all damaged. It won't even go in a straight line, look. Yay, Bob. Handbrake across the line for Bob in 9th. Getting it all wrong there, Bob. The other guys were doing like synchronized stuff. What happened to you? Amazing. So some good racing in race 1. Nice and clean. A couple of little contact moments. Not sure what happened to Bob. I'm sure we will find out. And if you're wondering what happened to TNR Philo the other week at, where were we now? Laguna Seca, where he pinballed across the track. I thought his wheel had switched off or something like that. It hadn't. He just he outbraked himself, realised he was either going to, well, he realised he was going to take Potter McPot and the other drivers out, so just steered off track. What's going on, Bob? Can't even do a handbrake right. You're kind of meant to be near the line when you rip that thing up. Does help. Bob getting called out on all sorts of chats now. His poor finish. You have a look at Pav and Potters. It was synchronised, mate. They both came across the line sideways together. It was amazing. Everyone else put a little handbrake in, made it look awesome, and then Bob just messed it all up at the end. I might have to cut your bit out, Bob. We do. Hello, we do. What do we do? And we do. Can I just ask a question? How did you find my channel? If you don't mind. So we have got about 5 or 10 minute break, probably be about a 10-minute break-ish, maybe 7 minutes-ish. And then we're going to race 2, so reverse grid race from results from race 1. I will just chuck those up for you. Pow. So Fido taking the win though, so he'll start at the back. MRC Bobby, unfortunately, with that damage there and throwing himself into the wall at the end. That on itself should mean you start at the back, Bob, but unfortunately Bob starts at the front for race 2. Are you a YouTuber? Well, kind of, yes. I'm on YouTube doing YouTubey stuff. I suppose you would call me a YouTuber. That's not my profession. I'm not like, you know, I've got a job and stuff. This I just do to help the guys out. Make it sound a little bit more professional, give him something to watch rather than just an empty, boring race. Sarcastic, Chrissy Raz. 8 minutes we've got. Right, so I'm assuming the next race is going to be at 20 past. 3 clicks of weight, people. So, yes, in race 2, the top 3 drivers have to add extra weight as success ballast and start at the back of the track. Back of the pack, back of the grid. So P1 TNR Philo will have to add 5 clicks of weight to his car. Second place Pav will be 4 clicks. And Potter McPot will be 3 clicks. but they will have to fight their way through the pack with that extra weight as well. Apparently I'm a legend. How long? About a year and a half, 2 years-ish. Really, that's about how long I've been doing it. We do. If you go and check out the starts of the videos, it's all like snazzy, and people have made videos and stuff for me. It all looks quite nice and cool and things. I've had a lot of help. Don't get me wrong, it's not all my doing. MRC Bobby, who you're actually chatting with right now, or Bob Bristow, he's done one of the videos. Yeah, Bob, we've called you out on your handbrake enough times now. Chrissy Raz has called you out several times on PlayStation chat, on the YouTube chat. You've been called out. A legend at smoking. Clues in the name, Bob. Clues in the name. Yeah, I wonder if Pav remembered that. I think last week when we raced, I think Pav had accidentally left his car settings set to race 2 from the previous week, which means he was racing race 1 with race 2's extra weight on. I don't think he did too bad either. Smoked his tyres, if I remember rightly, but yeah, kept up with the big boys at the front, even though he was carrying that bit of extra weight. Like I say, it did look like a bit of a struggle for him, and that'll be the reason why. It does deserve to be called out, Chrissy. Bob is a legend. Bob is a ledge. Want to see some good GTTCC videos this year, Bob? And you, Chrissy, you could do a couple of bits like that. You should have a look at some of Bob's little GTTCC taster vids. They're pretty cool. Snips, what are you doing? I do challenges, pranks, and sleeping on scary places and stuff. You donut Snips. Trying to wind me up with your new account. Well, you better subscribe under this new account, damn it. And Snips, damn it. I'm going to have a look. You better be quick, because I'm looking. If I've not got like another subscriber in a minute. Gonna cry. Something. It only says 267 on there. That's how many I had before. Oh, Snips, man, what are you doing? There you go, we do, look, you see? Get subs when you come on my channel. We want subs back though, Snips. Do you want calling Snips or do you want calling we do? Yeah, don't forget there are 2 lobbies open. We have got the pros and the pro-ams. I am commentating over the pro lobby. And we've got Adey Gee commentating over the pro-ams. So make sure you go and check out Adey Gee's channel on YouTube as well. It is ADEY space GEE. Go and have a look for him. I will put links in the description below. Cheers, dude. Thank you very much. We do. Appreciate all the help, as I'm sure everyone else does when it comes to the old tube. So I better watch myself when I'm talking to you lot, because I know what happens. I end up talking to you lot. We do. Okay, mate. I end up talking to you lot and forgetting the race has started. Or I leave something like that on the screen. But I'm not going to do that today, because I'm professional. Chrissy, just been talking about being professional, and there you are trying to destroy your rear tyres. It was Pavlo. Pav's looking professional. Look. Testing out lines, and, you know, trying to get quicker. Whereas you're just doing burnouts. Donuts. Is it because you do, we do, or is we do something, or it's obviously, I don't know, weekly donuts or something bizarre like that? You watch, I won't be far off with that. See what you've done, Chrissy. See what you've done. You've started burn fry off. See? You're supposed to be the adult in the room, fastest Dane. Here you are, teaching burnt fry how to drift. So I've got stickers available for people if they want them. Send me an email to darksmoke@googlemail.com and throw me an address and I'll throw you some stickers. We do it for you. Bosh. Nice. There you go. So I will sub to your channel. Let me just do that. Go to channel. We do subscribed. Bosh. Done. Subscribe, buddy. I know all people do it in the lobbies. They're naughty. It only takes about 36 seconds of boredom from some of the drivers, and next thing you know, it's donuts. Stickers, Chris, you had stickers. You've had stickers. You ain't having no more. Not unless you come up with a new YouTube channel name, account, subscribe, and stuff. So looking like we're about to start race 2 then. Bobby's going to lead us out. Here we go. Let's see if TNR, Philo, Pav and Potter can fight their way from the back. Let's see whether Bob can get a good start and get off. See if Chrissy Raz gets punted in the first turn. That's grid order. Bobby in first, Dangly Ball second, Diablo third, Burn Fry fourth, Chrissy Raz fifth, GT Deli sixth, Potter McPot seventh, Pav in eighth, and TNR Philo in ninth. So the lights are on. We're just waiting for those to drop. They're away. It's a great start by Diablo. Wheel spin from Dangly Balls and MRC Bobby. Away. A little bit of nudging between Diablo and Bob. Bob losing out, then down into third. The two Audis getting good starts. But Fry's looking like he's getting a good start as well. So Dangly Ball in first, Diablo second, MRC Bobby third, then Burnt Fry fourth, GT Deli B in fifth, Potter in sixth, Chrissy Raz seventh, Pav in eighth, TNR Philo in ninth then. So only Potter McPot. Oh, unfortunately, Chrissy Raz has just snuck down, taking that place back off him, but she's lost the back end of that BMW. Kept it on track though, still in sixth place in front of Potter McPot. Oh, but she's running wide through that turn. Potter McPot then sneaking through. Oh, Dangly Balls getting it wrong, taking out GT Deli B. So there does always seem to be some kind of incident in race, in the first couple of laps of race 2. So Diablo leads. Looks like Dangly Ball then got it wrong coming out of that turn. Just tried to control it and took out GT Deli B in the process. So Bobby in second, then Potter up into third. Chrissy Raz fourth, Burnt Fry fifth. Pav in sixth. Just about to be undertaken by TNR Philo. No, he's got the inside line to this next turn, so keeps that sixth position. Philo seventh, Deli B then damage for Deli B. He won't be happy here. This is a couple of times this has happened to him as well. Dangly Ball also holding a bit of damage. I don't think it's affecting his car as much as it is Deli B's, but he is just slowing down. to allow Adey Gee to get in the pits, get that repaired, and get back out in front of him. So it's a 20-lap race. It did start with about 70 litres of fuel. You will see GT Adey Gee come in the pits to get that repaired right about now. It's going to cost him a lot of time in the pits as well. So Dangly Ball still leading then. Bobby in second, made a bit of a break from third place Potter, now 2-second gap. Chrissy Raz in fourth. She's actually made a bit of a break from Burnt Fry in fifth. Pav in sixth, looking to make his way past Burnt Fry, possibly into this turn here. He does down the inside then for Pav. Nice move up into fifth then. Sixth place for Burnt Fry then, and TNR Philo, the last of the podium positions from race one, struggling to get through the pack. GT Adey Gee back out the pits then. He's got that damage repaired. He's left his old tyres on, good lad. As has Dangly Balls. Been in the pits as well, but both of these drivers now a fair old chunk off the rest of the pack. Still plenty of time left to go. Could be all sorts of incidents. So Diablo still leading, Bobby in second, Potter McPot closed in a 10th on Bobby in front. Chrissy Raz only 1.1 second now, 1 second back from Potter. Pav 46 slowly closing in, 1.4 back from Chrissy Raz. Burnt Fry's not let him out of his sights yet either. TNR Philo still lurking in the background. So the top 7 still pretty close. Got a big gap back to Adey Gee due to that contact. It was fully accidental. As I say, Dangly Ball just got it wrong. Lost the back end. Trying to keep it in a straight line. Accidentally took out Adey Gee. So Diablo leads 144.2. Fastest lap of the race. Purple sectors as well, so looking to make a break from MRC Bobby. Potter McPot losing time to the drivers in front. He is holding slightly more weight than Bobby and Diablo in front. Chrissy Raz has closed that gap down to 0.9 of a second. Pav's also within a second of Chrissy Raz as well. So just starting to close in on third place, Potter McPot. Burnt Fry then lost a bit of time, 2.8 seconds back. He's coming under some serious pressure from TNR Philo. So TNR Philo might even get this position down here. Burnt Fry's not going to go defensive. He's going to allow TNR Philo to slip down the inside. And follows him round, but loses a position down into 7th then for Burnt Fry. Adey Gee still 25 seconds back. And then Dangly Balls another 12.5 seconds back from Adey Gee. So Diablo and Bobby still at it. Looking, Bobby's close enough to make a move done, get a move done down here. He's not gone for it, he's decided against it. But he is right on Diablo's tail. He's looking to put enough pressure on Diablo for a mistake. So Potter McPot now 3.2 seconds back. What's happened to Chrissy Raz? Chrissy Raz down in 6th. So he's been overtaken by Pav and Burnt Fry. Not sure what's happened there. I'm sure she'll end up on the chat and let us know. So Potter McPot 3rd then. Pav now 1.3 seconds back. Burnt Fry 5 seconds back. Chrissy Raz now 2 seconds back from Burnt Fry, trying to close that gap now. So Philo must have had a bit of an incident as well. He's now 5 seconds back. He was in the fight with Burnt Fry. He's out the medium tyres. So Adey Gee's then 16 seconds back. So he must be hoping he can see a bit more. Nice we do. Nice win, mate. Cheers for subbing. I'll see you soon. Yeah. Adey Gee will be looking at the gap between himself and Philo. Just watching that slowly creep down, hopefully. Dangly Ball's losing out a bit of time to Adey Gee now then. He's lost about 5 seconds actually. So Bobby takes the lead. Looks like Diablo's been off track. Potter McPot snuck through as well. So Potter McPot up into second. He's now got 3.2 seconds to try and catch back up with Bobby in front. He's having to go defensive from an attack from Diablo now though. Backed out of that one. Potter McPot keeps second. Pav's almost run himself wide through that turn there. So can Potter McPot close the gap between himself and MRC Bobby? Potter, like I say, is holding that extra weight. Bobby isn't. 3.5 seconds the gap now. Potter's still having to go slightly defensive from Diablo. It's allowed Pav to slowly catch up with his fight as well. Burnfry's now 7 seconds back, being hounded by Chrissy Raz. So just half a second between these two drivers as well. Burnfry's got it all wrong. What's Burnfry done? He's chucked it onto the sand there. Chrissy Raz has put all the pressure on him. He's spun it off track, so up into 5th for Chrissy. TNR Philo taking advantage of that as well, up into 6th. Burnfry 7th now. GT Adey Gee in 8th. So he's lost a bit more time as Delhi. Oh no. It's come back to 13 seconds. So he is slowly seeing that time chip away. So big gap back to Dangly Ball then. Looks like Dangly Ball's not getting on with this track one little bit. So the Audi and Catalunya not agreeing with him. So Philo's decided to come in the pits now then, take those racing mediums off. They're obviously doing him no favours. So let's just stick with him, see how much fuel he takes on. So just under half a tank he's taken on board. Fresh set of racing softs, so the quicker tyre, we'll see what he can do with those. Let's go back up to MRC Bobby. So he's managed to stretch that gap out to 4 seconds from Potter McPot. Diablo still unable to make any headway into Potter's time. Pav's right there as well, so the top 4 just breaking away again. 13 seconds back to Chrissy Raz in 5th. She's got herself past Burnfry due to that mistake. Burnfry back up into 6th then due to Philo pitting. So now GT Adey Gee's got a 6-second gap. So Dangly Balls and then sits in the pits. Is he not racing in this one? Is he getting? No, he's not getting damage repaired. No tyres, no fuel. So I'm not sure what's happening with Dangly Ball at the minute. Might just be sitting this one out. So Bobby still keeps that about 4-second lead. Diablo's come in the pits as well now. So can Potter McPot close that gap up? He's got a quarter of a tank just over. And now he's got 2.9 seconds to Pav behind. Diablo comes back out of the pits holding that 4th position. He's now got a 14-second gap back to Pav. So Philo up into 5th then, 7.5 seconds back. GT Adey Gee up into 6th. So we've got Chrissy Raz and Burnfry coming out the pits behind him. So yeah, it looks like Dangly Ball's just sitting this one out. Bobby's still holding that 4-second lead then over Potter. tyres is Bobby on? He's on the softs, slightly more wear on Bob's tyres than there is Potter's. What's Bobby's fuel like? He's used a little bit more as well. Yeah, Potter just clawing in about half a second there. Those tight little turns, obviously the tyre wear on Bob's car starting to come into effect a little bit. Stretching his gap out over Pav behind as well. Pav in the pits now then, Potter's come in the pits. So Bobby stays out. See where Potter and Pav come out when Bob comes in. As Diablo just coming around the last turn. So it does say he's in second, but we might see the other drivers come out of the pits. As Potter McPot just coming out. Will he keep that position? Won't. Diablo then flies around the outside of him, coming at full race pace. Potter McPot with just pit lane exit speed. Third place for him. TNR Philo in fourth, then getting past Pav before Pav came out of the pits. Pav's gone for racing mediums full tank. Potter's gone for about 2/3 of a tank for a set of racing mediums. So let's just keep our eye on MRC Bob. So I thought we were going to expect to see him in the pits on this lap for MRC Bobby. Holding nearly a 19-second lead over second place Diablo. Like I say, with that pit stop, it's going to drop it back down the order a little bit. So in the pits now then for MRC Bobby. Let's see where Diablo, so a couple more corners to go for Diablo, just the chicane really. Potter and Diablo get through. Will TNR Philo just coming around that last turn? Will he get out in front? Will Pav get out in front? So Bobby's been released. Comes out the pits in third place. 2 seconds back from Potter. He's got 2.8 seconds currently to fourth place TNR Philo. Bob take on almost a full tank, fresh set of racing softs. So Philo in fourth, then Pav in fifth. Like I say, he's taken on the full tank and racing medium, so he might get that position off of Philo when he comes in the pits in a lap or three's time. So Burnt Fry's kept that sixth, Chrissy Raz seventh. Only about a second in it between these two. Adey Gee then 7.8 seconds, so he's been back in the pits, half a tank for a set of racing softs. So we'll be in a good position at the minute. Will GT Delhi should be able to close in on Burnt Fry and Chrissy Raz a little bit. Diablo still leads then, 2.4 seconds he's now got over Potter McPot. So Bobby's closed him in. 3/4 of a second between Potter and Bob. Bob's going to get a good tow down the start-finish straight. Not sure whether he's quite close enough to get a move done before turn one. No, he's just not getting enough of a tow down there from the BMW in front. So Potter keeps second, Bobby third. TNR Philo then 4 seconds back then in fourth. Pav now 4.3 back, fifth position for him currently. It's a lap 10 of 20 then, so halfway through. Burnt Fry, Chrissy Raz going for it. Oh, Bert Fry just giving Chrissy Raz plenty of room there, nearly losing the BMW, but Chrissy Raz then up into 6th place, Bert Fry 7th. So that gap between these two has come down 4.1 seconds for GT Adey Gee. So that battle in between these two has just allowed him to close in a little bit, and now he can see them on track. The bit will be between his teeth. He's putting in purple sectors as well as Adey Gee. Gap down to 3.3 seconds. So Bert Fry getting back past Chrissy Raz, so this battling is just going to play into GT Adey Gee's hands. So Bobby has got past Potter McPot then. Quite easily by the look of it. I'm not sure whether Potter's had a bit of an incident. Looks like he has, because he's lost a lot of time to 4th place TNR Philo. That gap was at 4 seconds, it's now 2.4. Philo comes in the pits though for his 2nd time. Pav coming past the pit entrance then, so he will take that 4th position. So we've got Chrissy Raz and so what's happened to Bert Fry? Oh, GT Adey Gee getting it all wrong there, putting the hammer down a little bit too early, losing the back end of that Mercedes, losing all that time he'd made up on Chrissy Raz. He did fool Bert Fry into chucking himself in the pits though. Whether that was the intention, I don't know, but that's not helped him out. 7th place currently for Adey, 2.4 back from Chrissy Raz. Let's see if he can close that. He is closing in. He's gained 0.2 of a second already. Let's just chuck ourselves back to the front. Diablo then still leading this race, 2.7 seconds over MRC Bobby. Bobby's managed to extend that gap over Potter, 2.8 seconds. Pav now 7.2 back from that fight for podium positions. And TNR Philo just come out of the pits, so taking on less than half a tank this time. Fresh set of racing softs. He's now got 8 seconds to try and claim back to get that 4th position off of Pav. Chrissy Raz then back up into 6th. Adey Gee's closed that gap in though pretty quickly. That's down to 1.3 already. Not sure whether Chrissy Raz has had a little moment. GT Adey Gee's right back on her now. He'll be in a good position if he can close in before this start finish straight. It's down to less than a second. So putting all the pressure on Chrissy Raz in front now then. Go on board with Chrissy, looking back at GT Adey. That's a nice sticker you've got on your wing, Chrissy. You can see Adey closing in, that slipstream effect working there. Chrissy Raz chucking herself over to the middle of the track and now defensive. Adey Gee has got past her, but Chrissy Raz has got the inside line. Nice clean drive in between these pair. Chrissy Raz just having to back out of that one and give Adey Gee that position. Slipstream effect working well. Adey Gee holding his line around the outside of Chrissy Raz, taking that 6th position off of Chrissy. Now 14 seconds back, 14.5 seconds back is Bert Fry. And yes, Dankly Ball is definitely sitting this one out. So Diablo still leads. He's had that gap closed to 1.8 seconds between himself and MRC Bobby. Potter McPot. Not sure what's happened to Potter, but he's now 9 seconds back from Bobby. Looks like he might just be pushing that BMW a little bit too hard in some of these turns. So Pav's now 2 seconds back from him, and TNR Philo only 5 seconds back. So Diablo comes in the pits now. Bobby takes that P1 position. So Diablo's going to come in for tyres and fuel. So Bobby comes through then, Pot comes through, Pav comes through, TNR Philo, he's not long been in the pit, so he'll come through, purple sectors. Diablo back out into fourth then, so he's actually got back out in front of TNR Philo. Philo's not taking on that much fuel either, so even if he does get into a fight with Diablo, he'll have to pit pretty soon anyway. Diablo's out on the softs as well. Looks like Philo just took on more tyres then for that last little section. So MRC Bobby leads 9.5 seconds. He's run it a bit wide through there though. Keep it on track, Bob. Potter McPot then second. Still managing to keep that gap between himself and Pav for second at the minute. So Pav in third, 2.2 back from Potter. Diablo's 2.1 back from him. Now Philo, he has closed the gap in on Diablo a little bit. Less than a second down here. Back up to 1.1. So Adey Gee up into sixth. Got past Chrissy Raz and Burnt Fry. Chrissy Raz has got it wrong though. She's in the sand trying to get that car straight. Burnt Fry's going to come through and take that position. So it looks like Chrissy Raz has got it wrong on the exit of that turn, a little bit wide, probably onto that AstroTurf, and just losing the back end of that BMW. So unfortunate for Chrissy, down in 8th. See whether that damage costs her any time as well. So Bobby leads, he's lost a second to Potter. 8.7, it was 9.5. Managed to stretch that gap out over Pav. Pav's now coming under pressure from Diablo in the second Audi. Philo's still there, but like I say, he's quickly running out of fuel for Philo. See how his strategy plays out later on in this race. We're on lap 14 of 20. It's about 2/3 of the way through. So GT Adey Gee holding that 6th position. So he'll have to come in the pits as well. Chrissy Raz has just been in the pits to get damage repaired, fresh tyres, taking on board fuel. So now 22 seconds back from Burnt Fry, who's also not been in the pits long himself. Bobby keeps that 8-second lead at the minute. Just stretched it to 9. Potter in second, then stretched his gap. Oh, so looks like Pav's got it wrong somewhere. He's lost a couple of places to TNR Philo and Diablo. Diablo's lost the back end of that Audi through the chicane. So Philo already getting past him there. Potter McPot comes in the pits now then. Philo goes through. He will be in the pits next lap, I would expect, looking at that fuel. MRC Bobby stays out then, so he's now got 11.5 seconds over TNR Philo in second. Potter McPot back out the pits. Just see what that time stretches up to. He's managed to keep in front of Diablo. So 9.5 seconds to TNR Philo in front. Diablo right on his tail when he comes out of the pits. Pav's now 5.7 seconds back in 5th. So a bit of work for Pav to do if he wants to start getting in those podium positions again. Like I say, we should see TNR Philo and Bob pit in the next few laps. So Adey Gee in 6th, fresh tyres. A bit of pressure from Burnt Fry, but Burnt Fry's tyres looking a bit more worn out than Delhi's. Still got to be careful. And then Chrissy Raz, like we say, just been in the pits, fueled up, fresh tyres, repaired damage. Now 22.8 seconds back from Burnt Fry. Running a bit wide through there. I'm not sure if that's quite the fastest line, although she's putting in purple sectors. Currently Chrissy Raz. Bobby in the pits now then. Like I say, I would expect to see Philo in as well. So the top 2 drivers in. Potter McPot just coming through the last chicane. He's got Diablo right behind him as well. No need for Potter to stop this time. So Bobby's been back in, just come out on a fresh set of racing mediums, not put any fuel in. If he has, he's not put a lot in. Pot then just coming past pit exit. Stays in front of TNR Philo. Diablo gets past TNR Philo as well. TNR Philo just coming out the pits there. He's got to try and fend off Pav coming at full race pace. He's far enough in front to get around that turn before he was there. So TNR Philo keeps that fourth, then Pav in fifth. Adey Gee 10.8 seconds back in sixth. Fresh set of boots, just under half a tank. Bert Fry in the pits now then. Chrissy Raz just coming around the last turn. So she'll gain a bit of time on Burnt Fry in front. Yeah, that gap down to 12.5 seconds, 13 seconds. So Bob still leads then, 11.4 over Potter. Potter obviously taking on board fuel. So Diablo's 2 seconds back, TNR Philo 2.6 seconds back. Pav then 1.5 back from Philo. So he's had a good race in race 2 as Bob. Just starting lap 17. Pot just rounding the last turn. Diablo chasing him through there. Lost a second through that little section there. Bob got that time down to 10.5 seconds. So Diablo still 2 seconds back. TNR Philo losing a bit of time actually. Philo 2.8. Did he come out on the? So he's out of the racing softs. Pav's also out of the racing softs. So Adey Gee, where's he then? 6. He's still got that 10.8 seconds gap. Not doing bad at the minute. Like I say, he did have an off-track moment. He got caught out by Dangly Ball in lap 1. Oh, he's run himself wide there though. It's going to slow him down. He won't be happy with that. He's lost about 0.6 of a second there. So Burnt Fry in 7th then. Chrissy Raz has closed that gap down to 3.7. Looks like Burnt Fry's had a bit of sideways action. Unless he's been in the pits and I've not seen it. But now he's got 3.6 back to Chrissy Raz. Can he fend Chrissy Raz off for the next few laps? We'll keep our eye on that. He is extended. So Bobby's got that gap to 9.4. Potter McPot putting on a bit of a charge at the end then. Making a bit of a break from Diablo behind. He's gained about 0.7 of a second. TNR Philo has closed in on Diablo as well though. Pav's still not out of this. He's only 1.8 back from Philo. All the drivers on reasonably good sets of tyres. Diablo's not looking the greatest. Potter's looking alright. Bobby's looking, medium's looking alright. But losing time to Potter then due to the different tyre compounds. Potter's tyres will be the faster tyre. So the gap down to 8.7. So this should be where you'll see Potter make up the most time on Bob through these twisty sections. Due to the fact that BMW on the medium tyres won't have anywhere near as much as grip as this BMW on the softs. So extended slightly more over Diablo. Diablo's now coming under some serious pressure from Philo for that 3rd position. Less than a second between these two drivers. Let's just go on board with Philo as he tries to chase down Diablo for that 3rd place. Exploring those track limits there, Philo. Slowly closing in with a break in, and this almost hairpin. Diablo running it a little bit wide, not too much, but Philo closing in still. Both drifting it a little bit wide through there. Philo losing the back end of that BMW slightly, but controls it. Closes in even more on Diablo in front, so half a second between these two now. Diablo getting it wrong through there. Philo sneaking through then, so Diablo coming into the pits. It didn't look like he got it wrong on that chicane. So race leader MRC Bobby, 6.9 seconds the gap. Potomac Pot's now got 4.8 back to TNR Philo. So they've got this lap and one more to do. To see whether any of these drivers do any fuel saving. Pav up into 4th then through Diablo's pit stop. Diablo 5th, Adey Gee in 6th. He'll be running to the end, 2.9 back from Diablo. So places to be made for GT Delhi. So Burnfry then 26 seconds back. Chrissy Raz then only 1.3 seconds back. Just getting a touch of slipstream down there, Chrissy. Enough to close that gap up on Burnfry. Good drive, taking out a second out of Burnfry just in that braking zone alone. Again, 2 laps to do it, this one and one more. MRC Bobby had that gap reduced even more, 6 seconds. Potomac Pot piling on the pressure then of these last couple of laps. Philo past Pav then. Sorry, he was behind Diablo, wasn't he? He's not managed to close in on Potter. That's not going to help him either, running slightly wide through that turn. Slowing him down a little bit. It's allowed Pav to close in on him, lost more time to Potter. So Bobby across the line then. Potter just comes across the line, starting the final lap. Bobby's got clear air in front. 5-second gap behind to Potomac Pot. As long as he keeps it on track, he should be on for the top step of the podium tonight. Potomac Pot had a good race as well, started from pretty much the back of the pack, holding the extra weight. He's 5.6 seconds, 5.5 back from Bobby. He's managed to keep that gap between himself and Philo of 4.5 seconds. Philo also started from the back of the pack, as did Pav, so these those 3 drivers were holding the extra weight. So they've done well to make it round, get from the back of the pack, holding that extra weight as well. So Diablo comfortable in 5th at the minute. He's got Adey Gee 1.7 back. Keep an eye on that. Burnfry's managed to stretch that gap out between himself and Chrissy Raz, so 1.8 seconds. Last chance saloon for those two then. So Bobby, gap down to 4.2. Don't get it wrong now, Bob. 4.1 seconds, just the chicane to do for Bob. If he can get it through there cleanly, we can see Potomac Pot in the background there. Oh, mind those curbs, Bobby. So he does round that last turn then for MRC Bobby, coming home to take the win in the second race of this evening. That's a better handbrake, Bob. That's more like it. First place for Bob. Second place for Potter. Great big handbrake. Third place for Philo. Not good enough. Fourth place for Pav on the grass. Philo, want to see a handbrake out of you next week, or you're banned. Pav in 4th then. Diablo going to come home 5th. No handbrake from him. Handbrake from Adey Gee in 6th. Burnfry going a bit slowly. Oh, Chrissy Raz just put the hammer down too early. Back end of that BMW stepped out. Thought she was in a place to go and overtake Burnfry then. Burnfry getting it all wrong in these last few turns though. Unless he's just messing about now. Looks like he is. He's just cut that corner. So Burnfry going to come home in 7th. Dangly balls already crossed the line, sat in the pits. Burnfry 7th then. And Chrissy Raz doing an MRC Bobby. After calling him out on the stream, she's just gone and done an MRC Bobby on screen. Bob. you can call her out. You can call her out back now. That's only fair. So that was round 11 of the Next Gen Racing team versus team event. So you might not have seen any in here, but there was P1 Next Gen, MRC and P1 drivers. 2 lobbies as well. Like I say, the Pro-Am lobby is being hosted by, not hosted, but streamed by Adey Gee. Make sure you go and check him out on YouTube. Give him a like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Tell him I sent you. Big shout out to the sponsors as well, TOR or Team Oliver Racing, Michael and Stuart. Thank you for all your help and support with this. XR Energy Drinks, Corbeau, Thrustmaster, GT Omega and Joyce Designs as well. Big shout out to all you guys for the support and the sponsorship. Like I say, I'll put all links in description below. David Appleby Engineering as well. Forget you. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget you. David Appleby Engineering, give them a shout. I'll put all links in description below. Like I say, I'll put links in description below to all the sim racing groups as well. So that's Next Gen Racing, Mature Racing Club, SimFX and P1 Race Community. I'll put links in description to my Twitter and Discord as well if you fancy getting involved in all that. It was still better than Bobby's. I'll give you that critique. It was still better than Bobby's. Bobby didn't even make it across the line, damn it. So yeah, Twitter and Discord and all that sort of stuff. Get yourself on there, give me a shout, swear at me, you know, all that sort of stuff. I don't know whether Twitter accepts swearing, does it? Discord, swear at me. There you go. So yeah, round 11 done and dusted. So we're back next week for the finale. That is a 1 hour race. I forget. I am going to find out and I'm going to tell you lot. Pow. Boom. Pa. So the last race next week. Ooh, Spa. Enduro. 1 hour Enduro at Spa. That'll be interesting. Quite a new track to the Gran Turismo franchise. No problem, Burnt Fry. No problem. So they do seem to get very popular when they drop. Everybody seems to use them. It's not surprising, really. So yeah, that's next week. An hour race at Spa-Francorchamps. Come and check that out. I'm back Sunday night for P1RC's GR3 event. So that's no tyre wear, no fuel depletion, all out, balls out racing. That starts at 9 o'clock. I'm back Monday, 8:30 for Next Gen Minis. That's sponsored by Chewit Racing. And then back Wednesday for the finale of this. So make sure you come and check them all out. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.